What the f...
When we step into the wild, we cross a hidden line between safety and survival. From a lone hiker surrounded by a pack of hungry wolves, to a terrifying shrine of missing persons flyers found deep in the woods, and a dark figure stalking a family's campsite. Do you think these were just close calls or warnings to stay away? For the next segment, we shift to India. Here, 2 cameras recorded a near-deadly incident, one where 2 individuals came close to losing their lives. It is the kind of moment that shows how narrow the line is between safety and danger, a scene that forces you to realize what it means to enter the wilderness and to spread human communities further into nature's domain. Let's look at what the cameras captured. This was an encounter where chance played a role. If the elephant had reached him, he would likely not be alive today. Fortunately, the animal soon lost interest and moved away in another direction, but not before giving the man a chase. Acting on instinct, he took cover beneath the vehicle, hoping he would not be noticed again and that the elephant would move far enough away. This moment underscores something important. The way we live and expand has a direct impact on the animal world, and we have pushed ourselves deep into their territory, leaving us exposed to the risk of being injured or even killed. Situations like this suggest that as people move deeper into wildlife areas, close calls may become more common. Do you think this was pure luck, or a warning sign of what happens when humans and wildlife are forced too close together? In the early morning, the campsite was quiet, the tent shifting as cold wind moved along the Arizona trail.
There's a skunk attacking my tent! Get back! Get back!
Without warning, a skunk clawed and bit at the fabric, trying to get inside, while the hiker froze, unsure how to respond as the animal struggled against the tent.
Trying to get in! Get back! Get back! Get back!
The wilderness can hide danger even in moments that seem calm. Encounters like this show how quickly small wildlife can become a real risk in remote areas. Do you think this was simple bad luck, or a reminder of how exposed campers are in the wild? Darkness spread across the grove beneath a moonless sky as a figure moved quietly between the trees. Ahead stood a massive owl statue, its presence dominating the clearing.
Yeah. This is the owl statue. No way. This is cool.
He approached the carved figure while referring to a ritual known as Moloch, something described as hidden from the world and wrapped in secrecy and fear.
Oh, that's hollow. They need to fill this pond up. They do. Yeah, that's the owl. A bunch of ferns have grown on it.
Scenes like this suggest the site may carry a deeper symbolic purpose rather than being simple decoration. Do you think it was only symbolism, or something meant to stay hidden? While walking through the woods of Long Island, a man came across something deeply unsettling. Missing persons flyers were attached to nearly every tree, forming a shrine-like display along the trail and immediately raising concern. Nearby, a crude stick trap had been placed across the path, prompting disturbing questions about who set it and why. With no clear warnings or explanations, the flyers showed different faces and names, all gathered in one place, turning the forest into something far more ominous than it appeared.
Probably no trespassing signs, or maybe it's something for the wildlife or something. Look what these are. What? These are all different people, and they're all just...
This setup may have been placed deliberately rather than by chance. Do you think it was meant as a warning or something more disturbing left behind? Justin, from the Limitless Outdoors YouTube channel, experienced the fright of his life when he found himself face to face with a full pack of hungry wolves with no weapon at all. After hearing howls coming from a nearby mountain, he chose to blow his whistle several times to draw their attention. Within only 5 minutes, members of the pack began to appear at the base of the hill, clearly drawn in by the sound.
What a day not to have a gun.
Here they come.
I don't have a gun.
At that point, most people would likely end the outing and flee immediately, but Justin did not. Instead, he continued making noise, attempting to draw them even closer. 2 of the predators fixed their gaze on him for several tense minutes before finally turning away and rejoining the others who had already begun to leave. This encounter shows how quickly curiosity can turn into real danger in the wild. Do you think the wolves lost interest on their own, or was Justin simply lucky to walk away unharmed? Morning light spilled across the forest as a lone wanderer moved carefully, tension heavy in the air from a nearby hollow. 2 dark figures with glowing eyes emerged from the shadows, their presence deeply unsettling. Suddenly, one surged forward, breaking the silence as it chased the person recording through the trees, leaving a lingering sense of dread behind. Moments like this suggest the figures may have been acting on instinct rather than intent. Do you think this was real danger, or fear shaped by the unknown? Night settled over the abandoned church in Vietnam as a group of friends moved through its empty halls. The building was silent, the atmosphere heavy, as they continued deeper inside.
Dito, may nag-camp dito. May nag-camp na rin.
At maya-maya sa gitna ng lamig ng panahon, may biglang mainit na hangin na dumampi sa mga balat namin.
Oh my gosh. Naramdaman mo may mainit na hangin?
Dumaan lang.
No?
Pinagpatuloy pa namin ng paglalakad. At maya-maya, eto na naman yung hangin.
Oh.
May mga nalagpasan akong puno na may pulang tali.
Without warning, a warm gust of air passed over them, strange against the cool surroundings. Outside, several trees were wrapped with red strings, creating an unsettling scene. One tree stood out in particular, with car keys eerily nailed into its trunk, turning the area into something far more disturbing than expected.
Nagkasabit sila ng mga susi. Ito susi pa to. Ritual ba to? Siguro ito kasi pag may ganito parang ritual na to eh. Tignan mo pare, may pulang tali.
Hindi lang yan once na nakita ko.
Kanina ko pa ito napapansin sa mga puno at akala ko normal lang ang lahat ng ito.
Ano may mga susi sa baba?
Ayun, may mga tali oh.
Moments like this suggest the site may have been used for rituals or symbolic acts rather than random decoration. Do you think these signs were meant to warn people away, or were they part of something still unknown? This footage comes from the channel Living for the Rut, A hunter was on a routine elk hunt when the situation suddenly turned terrifying. An elk first moved toward him, then abruptly ran in the opposite direction. Moments later, panic set in as the hunters realized a nearby wolf pack had spooked the animal and begun spreading out around them. Fortunately, they managed to escape before the wolves closed in. This suggests the elk sensed danger before the hunters did. Do you think the wolves were hunting, or did they pull back once they noticed the men? The campsite lay silent beneath the cover of night, shadows stretching across the ground as the forest whispered around them. Without warning, 2 lions appeared, their eyes glowing in the darkness. The male moved toward one tent, clawing at the fabric as if testing the barrier, while the man inside held his breath. This moment suggests the lions were assessing a threat rather than attacking. Do you think they would have gone further if the man had reacted? During an evening walk in Johannama forest, a woman noticed a man who had been lingering there for months suddenly begin to follow her. Each time she changed direction, he mirrored her movements before sitting nearby and behaving in a disturbing way. When confronted, the man fled, and although authorities searched the area, he was never found. This raises questions about whether he had been watching visitors over time. Do you think he will return, or was this a one-time encounter? 2 hikers walked along a quiet road beneath bare trees, the morning light casting uneasy shadows across the ground.
Later. Yeah, it's an infinite domain. No. And there's a load of different documents. Looking on, I'll show a picture on when the car.
It's getting closer.
So?
It's getting closer.
Yeah.
When they glanced back, the darkness behind them seemed heavy at first, then slowly began to brighten, as if the light itself was being shifted or altered around them.
What am I creaking on? Yeah. Oh, just a...
No, robi się jasno.
What? Oh, is that what? Where do we go?
This change could have been caused by natural light or perspective. Do you think it was just an illusion or something unseen affecting the scene? Mason is a professional climber who uses his channel to document extreme ascents, often scaling massive buildings to raise money for women facing crisis pregnancies. No matter how skilled someone may be, climbs like these are always extremely dangerous, where a single small mistake can mean the end. This time, Mason focused on the Chase Tower in Phoenix, but unlike his previous climbs, this one did not go smoothly. The video opens with him saying goodbye to his friends, and then without hesitation, he begins the ascent using only his bare hands. There are no ropes, no harness, no safety equipment at all, just him, the building, and one misstep separating life from death.
I hate chimneys. I hate stimming. Oh my gosh. Wish this was more like everything else, but we'll make do. It's really physical.
As he climbs higher and higher, he occasionally looks down at the emergency vehicles far below, when the moment is suddenly interrupted.
Hey guys, I'm all good. I'll meet you at the top. If you pop this out, you can knock me off. No, you'll knock me off. Don't do that.
Okay, what's your first name, bud?
Mason.
Mason.
Yeah.
We're gonna stop you before you can get to the top. I know what you're trying to do. You want to make your message, but we're not gonna let you go all the way up to the top.
Why? But I'm worried you guys are gonna pop these off and then you're gonna knock me off.
We're getting above you, and we're gonna knock off the one that's closest above you.
Well, I'm telling you, if it comes down and hits me, I'm gonna die. I can easily get to the top. This is nothing.
No.
I'm a professional climber.
It doesn't matter.
Okay, okay.
Doing right now is you're putting our lives at risk, and you're putting your lives at risk. I'm okay with the message and the attention you're trying to grab, Mason. I get it. We've done this before.
I know, but I've seen it's way safer to just meet me at the top. I'll do whatever you guys say, but it's way safer. Trust me.
For several tense moments, it appeared that the firefighters responding to the scene might make a serious mistake. One wrong move could have thrown Mason off balance and sent him falling. He attempted to reason with them, making it clear he did not intend to die that day. After several minutes of back and forth, the firefighters eventually agreed to let him continue to the top, but only under strict conditions.
Can you do me a favor?
Yes, sir.
We want to talk to you the whole way going up so we know you're okay and don't need to be rescued. How many floors you plan on climbing from here?
To the top. I can stop at each one like I've been.
We go every 2 floors and you talk to me for a few minutes. How's that?
That works for me, man.
All right, my name is Mike.
All right, thank you, Mike. Sorry for putting you at risk. That's not the goal here.
Promise me you're going to stop at every 2 floors, have a conversation with me so we know we're good, and you want to go all the way to the top, correct?
Yes, I think that's safer.
Okay.
He continued climbing, and even watching the footage is enough to make your stomach drop, as every movement feels like it could be the last.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hold on. Stretch real quick.
Yeah, do your thing, man. Yeah. Are you okay? You all right?
Yeah.
All right, over here.
That was a little physical.
What am I going to do? Freaking out here. Yeah, we're going to hand you off to these guys here. Yep.
Okay. Stand up or?
No, sit down. No, you're good. You're good. You okay?
Yes, sir.
All right.
You're under arrest. Trespass.
In the end, he successfully reached the top, where several firefighters were waiting for him. And surprisingly, the tension gave way to laughter. Situations like this raise questions about how much risk is worth taking for a message. Do you think the danger was necessary, or did it push things too far? Early daylight filtered through the quiet forest as a filmmaker returned to the spot where a ritual circle had been set.
See that thing right there? It's creeping me out. I lived here for going on 7 years and walked 100 miles through these woods. Never seen that shape before right there.
While scanning the trees, they suddenly stopped. A strange figure stood exactly where the circle had been, defying any clear explanation.
It's got a funny head shape. It wasn't here earlier. Yeah, no, it's not a stump. It's not.
This moment suggests the appearance may not have been random. Do you think it was a coincidence, or something tied to the site itself? Night fell over the campsite as campers sat around a crackling bonfire, shadows flickering across the trees.
I hear that? Get Trevor. Austin, get the light.
Fuck. Hey!
That was not an elk.
From the darkness came strange noises, with rustling sounds and unfamiliar calls drifting closer and unsettling everyone gathered by the fire.
Get my keys. Oh, get ready.
This may have been wildlife moving near the camp. Do you think it was normal animal behavior, or something more unusual hidden in the forest? Morning light passed through the thick forest as a hiker moved carefully, the air filled with the calls of birds and the sound of shifting leaves. Without warning, a large dark shape appeared, briefly chasing him before vanishing into the trees, leaving the hiker shocked and struggling to catch his breath. Bigfoot, or something else entirely. This encounter may have been caused by a large animal reacting defensively. Do you think it was a known creature or something still unexplained? Night fell over the Red House, known as one of the most haunted houses in the Philippines, as a group of YouTubers stepped inside with their cameras running.
Oh my God. Oh.
Hindi source ng
Pre.
Pre, imposible yan kasi tumutunog din yung dead bell. Hindi, kasi kung source ng electricity, dapat ano yan, static lang siya sa isang ilaw.
Nagsasabay sila, men. Ito ba yung CR na may pinaslang at ginahasang babae?
Ooh.
The building was quiet and dark, adding weight to every movement they made through the rooms. As they began asking questions, a bell started ringing on its own, again and again. The sound echoed through the empty halls, sending chills through the group, as if something unseen was responding and listening from the shadows.
Grabe. Oh my God. Kaya pala tunog na tunog dito yung REM pad. Pero kaya siya tunog na tunog. Tignan mo, sobrang tahimik na, oh. Men. Pero parang ayaw niya ng bitiwan. Kasi imagine, pati yung yung EMF.
Ayun, spec ng malakas.
This could have been caused by environmental factors or hidden mechanisms inside the house. Do you think the bell was triggered naturally, or was something else trying to get their attention? This clip was filmed in 2015 and later uploaded to a YouTube channel called Leviathan. The channel features videos that may seem random, but they all share a subtle sense of the unknown that runs through each recording. The footage was captured in the Modrava forest in the Czech Republic. There are no widely known legends or famous mysterious stories connected to this forest. Even so, many people describe the area as having a strange, almost mystical atmosphere that feels difficult to explain. The video ends abruptly, with the person filming suddenly fleeing the forest. Even with the limited footage, several details stand out. The sounds do not appear to come from any ordinary animal, or at least not one native to the region. Large primates or gorilla-like creatures do not exist in Europe, which makes the situation even harder to explain. In addition, the camera captures unusually large footprints. Some appear old, while others seem fresh, and at first glance they look authentic. This detail makes the situation more complex and deeply unsettling, because if a creature capable of leaving those tracks were nearby, a person alone would have little chance. The comments provide no clear explanation for the sounds, leaving the question open about what could have produced them. Night closed in around the forest, shadows stretching between twisted trees as the air grew heavy with tension and the unknown.
Hey, I wouldn't go too close. Might be. It sounds like a fox, maybe.
Screams suddenly tore through the darkness, stopping only after a deep, heavy impact that sounded like something massive crashing onto the forest floor, leaving an uneasy silence behind.
What the fuck? Okay, time to back up. That was loud. Back inside. That was a very heavy thud. That was something big, whatever it was.
The sound suggested something large had fallen or been brought down in the dark. Do you think it was a natural event, or something more dangerous moving nearby? A dense forest stood behind properties along Chase Avenue in Dudleytown, Connecticut, an area long rumored to be the site of disturbing sightings.
Hi, it's me again. I've seen that thing again in the backyard. I've got the camera on. I'm trying to capture it. I don't know what it is, but I'm going to see if I can get it. Anyway, give me a call when you get this message. Bye.
The woods pressed close to the backyards, adding to the unease surrounding the location. On June 17, 2006, a shadowy figure appeared and was captured on camcorder. The shape seemed to shimmer as it moved through the thick brush.
No. What is that? No way.
Its presence chilling and offering no clear explanation, leaving those who watched questioning what might truly be hiding in the woods. This footage may show a natural figure distorted by light and movement, or something more difficult to explain. Do you think this was a trick of the camera, or a real presence caught on film? Some encounters should never be provoked. The dense trees of Aokigahara Forest loomed overhead as a group of YouTubers set up their equipment beneath the canopy.
Konnichiwa, I'm David, and again, I'll bring you no harm.
You might be a little bit confused as to what some of these items are. So, Steve, if you touch that, this one here on the tree will not harm you. It will just make a noise and flash some lights.
I know you.
I know you.
Us. Before.
I'm gonna leave this right here for everyone to...
The atmosphere already heavy and tense. Using a REM pod and a spirit talker, a voice was heard almost immediately. It first whispered that it recognized them, then continued responding, communicating in a way that sent chills through the group as the interaction grew more intense.
Oh yeah, because he said I was wealthy.
Yes, very true.
Could have lost everything.
I was religious.
I was wealthy?
It's us.
It's us.
I don't understand.
Are you here with more people? Did you come here not alone?
Strangled.
Strangled?
You should dig here.
You should dig here.
Oh my god, dig here.
Literally said right here.
The messages became increasingly unsettling, leaving the group confused and shaken by what they were hearing. This encounter may have been influenced by expectation or environmental interference, but the consistency of the responses makes it difficult to dismiss entirely. Do you think the device picked up random signals, or something that was already aware of them? High in the remote mountains near Cusco, a strange discovery drew attention when a tiny skull was found among the rocks. Believed by some to belong to a duende, its delicate and unusual features added weight to local legends of small beings said to live in caves and trees. The skull may have a natural explanation, but its appearance keeps the stories alive. Do you think it was misidentified, or something more unusual? Night closed in around the haunted forest as shadows stretched between twisted trees, the air thick with tension and an unseen presence.
Tapos, may babaeng tumawa na para nakikipag-usap sa cellphone.
Hindi ko alam kung away mag-asawa yun or aso. Pero one thing for sure, may sumisigaw.
From the darkness came laughter, followed by shouting, and then a piercing scream that cut through the night, with mocking laughter echoing after. Even after police had left, the sounds continued to linger through the empty woods.
Sa bahay na nakakandila lang, tumatawa.
These noises could have been people nearby or sounds distorted by the forest. Do you think it was human activity or something else hiding in the dark? Attention shifts to the channel Voyager Overland. The couple behind the channel, well beyond their younger years, share a deep love for nature. Whenever they have a few days free, they choose to spend that time outdoors. Over the years, they've developed a They have traveled across Canada, as well as several states throughout the United States. Among their many videos filled with breathtaking landscapes, one stands apart. It is a clip that went viral, and for good reason. Along with their grandchildren, the couple decided that a 5-day escape into nature would be ideal. They packed everything they needed and headed toward Ruby Falls in the Alberta Rockies. The footage shows stunning scenery, along with the journey itself, good food, and calm exploration. One important detail is worth noting. They had multiple cameras set up, including night cameras aimed directly at their campsite. On one of those cameras, something truly unexpected was captured, something that sends chills down the spine, whether expected or not. Only the final part of the video was kept.
So for a while now, I've been putting out a trail cam at night, hoping to catch some wildlife around camp while we're sleeping. If I could show her some night pictures of what's walking around at night while we're sleeping. I've put out the camera many times and never captured any footage, but tonight was different. Well, good morning. This morning it almost feels like somebody doesn't want us to camp here anymore. It's been raining for hours here. So we woke up in a lake. So we actually didn't fold up the tents or anything so that at least we're on grass, we're not in muddy ground. So they thought that was hilarious, but I think we're gonna pack up. We're gonna pack up, have a breakfast on the road somewhere, and I think this is gonna be it.
The moment that later sparked thousands of comments and theories. There is nothing on the channel that suggests staged or frightening content. Everything posted follows a calm, documentary style focused on nature and overlanding, which suggests there would be no reason to fake something like this. That said, the most logical explanation still points towards some form of video manipulation. However, while reviewing the original comments, more technical theories emerged. Some suggested it could involve someone wearing an infrared suit combined with off-the-shelf night vision equipment, gear that certain cameras reportedly cannot properly capture. If the footage is real, the idea of someone circling a remote campsite in the middle of nowhere while children are present is deeply unsettling. Do you think this was a technical illusion or something real caught on camera? A man rode his bike through the dense forests of Washington state, the crisp morning air filled with pine. Suddenly, a large figure rushed across the trail and vanished into the trees, leaving him shocked and unsure of what he had seen. It may have been a large animal moving fast through the woods. Do you think it was wildlife or something unexplained? Night settled over the campsite as shadows stretched across the trees, the wind whispering through the leaves. From inside the tent came a strange sound. A low growl or grunt that left the campers unsure if it was a bear or something else. The noise may have been nearby wildlife moving through camp. Do you think it was an animal or something harder to explain? That's all for tonight's video. Which encounter gave you chills? Let us know in the comments below. Got your own experience? We want to hear it. And whatever you do, don't miss what's coming next.